What's going on, everybody? It's Carmine from Barmine Tech, and today we're going to be talking about the Proxmox Datacenter Manager. So this is a project that came out about a month ago. It's still an alpha from Proxmox, but I felt it was cool to talk about today as it's a whole new operating system that Proxmox plans to release in the future, and it's going to make it much easier to control your nodes or clusters without having to cluster everything together and work in one system. So if you're somebody who has multiple Proxmox nodes but doesn't want to cluster them all together, you could use Proxmox Datacenter in the future when it's fully developed to control all of your nodes and a cluster if you have one, all separately without having to join them all together. This helps in the idea of if you only have a 2-node cluster or you have 2 nodes that you want to pair together, you no longer need to cluster them and worry about quorum, which would mean you need 3 nodes to actually be able to work properly. It's just going to come down to management's going to be a lot easier, and future tasks going forward will be as well. Project is still in alpha. It's only been out for about a month. We're going to go over to the roadmap right now and some of the notes that Proxmox released about it, and then we're going to go over how to set it up, because you can currently work with it in alpha. However, it's still in alpha, so it's not really the best tool yet. I do have high hopes that Proxmox is going to keep developing this further to make it a great product. Keep in mind that Proxmox has really been trying to win the race lately between ESXi because Broadcom destroyed the home license in parts of Proxmox is trying to hop in and pick that up where they left off. That's enough of that though. Let's talk about some of the notes that Proxmox released about the new data center package. So I'll put a link to this down in the description as well if you want to read through. It's pretty brief. There's not a lot to go on it yet just because it is still an alpha, and I believe there's only been one version of the alpha released so far. So pretty much they just have an overview saying that it's going to be a project developed with the objective of providing a centralized overview of all of your individual nodes and clusters. It's going to offer basic management like migrations, powering down, powering on nodes, refreshing, stuff like that. In the future, maybe they'll add additional features. I'm not sure. And then they mentioned being that it is in alpha in development, it's not stable. It doesn't work the best operation-wise just yet, but like I said, I'm hopeful. I never really worked with vCenter a lot in the past, so I'm not super familiar, but I have seen some people mention that like this is trying to be the vCenter competitor. So I guess that could be something going forward. And now we're going to go over how to set it up. There is a Proxmox helper script, which I'm going to use as an LRC container. Personally, I don't think you need a lot of storage for this just yet because it doesn't look like there's any real data being stored on here. Just the small drive should work. However, you can come over and they have a download site over here, and you can download it from their download site. You can see if you scroll through, here's data center, and you can just copy this and put it right into your Proxmox server to have it download right from the URL. You can install this and actually go through the Proxmox setup for this, or you can just use the helper script, whichever is easier. They both work. I'm going to use the helper script because it's going to be a little bit easier. So I'm just going to come over here and I'm going to grab that. We're going to come over to the Barmine Tech node. Make sure that you're selected your node. I'm going to open up a shell. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. I'm going to paste this in and run the command. So I'm just going to run through here. It's just like the normal setup for any of the other scripts, and then we'll be right back when I'm all done. Depending on what option you choose, whether you pick the advanced setup or the basic setup, at some point you're going to come over here to this where it's going through the install. Give it a little bit of time as it needs to make out the LXC container and then install the Proxmox Datacenter Manager OS on top of it. So it could take a few minutes, just give it some time and it'll let you know when it's all done. Over here you can see that it's prompting that my install is all done. I'm just going to copy this URL and say go to. Nope. I'm not in Brave, so I can't go to, so I need to copy that. We're going to open up a new tab, and then we're going to paste that in. I'm going to get the security warning, which is fine because there's no certificate, and then we're just going to accept the risk and continue. One thing we do need to do is set the root password, so if we come back to the helper script, there's actually a note over here saying that you'll need to change it over here. It gives you the command. So I'm just going to copy that. Now we're going to come over to the actual container running the data center, open it up. I'm going to paste that command in, and now I'm just going to set a new password and confirm my password. So now I have a new password to log in. So you're going to need to do this as well if you want to log into your new data center manager. It's just going to be password. Now you can see over here we are logged in. I'm just going to close some of that stuff out. And you can see over here we're only in Data Manager version 0.1.11 early alpha. So it's still very early. You can see it looks very different than the typical Proxmox environments we're used to, whether it's PVS or PVE. And there really isn't much information, and that's because we need to link our servers up so we can pull the data in and management and stuff like that. As a basic overview, there really isn't a lot currently going on. It is in early alpha, like I said, so it doesn't have a lot of additional features or anything yet. We have our configuration. There's access control if you need to make new accounts, 2-factor, your certificates if you have any of them, and then over here you do have administration, so like your repositories going forward for updates. There's syslog, there's tasks. Your updates, there's none yet. I mean, we could run it but there's nothing really going on yet. There you have access to the shell, and then you have your remotes, which would be your actual PVEs that you're connecting. So we're going to go over that right now with the Barmine Tech server. So over here, you're just going to come into add Proxmox VE, and over here is where you're going to type in the IP address of your server with the port at the end. So you just do colon the port. Now over here you need to get the fingerprint from the server. So this was something that originally I could never figure out, and then I finally saw a video that explained it. We're going to come back over to our host, and we're going to come over to certificates. We're going to come over to the second one, or wherever it might be listed, which would be the PVE-SSL.pem cert. You can double click that, and then you can just copy out that cert. We're going to paste it in there, and now you should be able to connect, and you're going to get an OK. If the cert's not right, it's going to tell you, it can't connect or something's wrong, and you can go back and try it again. If you also use like an FQDN in your home lab, you should be able to use that as well. You're just going to need the cert that goes along with that. I'm going to use the IP address just to make it a little bit easier. So I'm going to click next. Now we need to put in some more info. So we're just going to put in the node name. And then over here, we're going to put in the user account that has access. So you could either use your root account, or if you have an additional account you might want to make, it still is pretty much going to need full admin access to the server. So just keep that in mind if you're going to use something different. For the realm, it's just going to be whatever realm you typically use to lock in. I'm going to use PVE, I think it is, and then that should be fine default. So we're going to click scan. And now it's going to go through and make sure it can connect, and you see it can't, so I think it's because of that. And you go, now it's okay. So I use PAM. I always get them confused, but that's okay. You can click next one more time. And now you can see over here, you have all the endpoints it was able to pick up. So I am in a cluster. I'm that Barmine Tech server, so that's why it sees my mini lab. So I'm actually going to delete that. And if you want to add additional ones, you could do that here as well. I'm going to click next, and that's just going to give us a summary, and we can click finish. Okay, so I'm getting this alert, and that's purely because I already actually have a data center manager established with this node connected to it. So at this point, I'm going to switch over to that instance just because I'm going to be able to show like all the data populated and how it would work out. But you would click finish, and then it would join up, and then it's going to start pulling in the data and connect those Proxmox nodes that you have. So actually, I'm going to switch over here, and now you can see this is the one I set up yesterday, and it has all the data pulled in and it's connected out. So you can see it actually shows like CPU usage. It shows in the highest CPU usage across my nodes again. So it's just 2 that I have in the cluster, my memory usage, and this is just on the dashboard. It's saying that we can reach everything, everything's online. It's telling me what's running, what's stopped, and my Linux containers. And if I come over to Minilab, I actually have a little more access over here where I could see some more information. I have 2 nodes in the cluster here, so you can see it's my remote Minilab, but it also has my node for Barmine Tech because it's in the same cluster. So I could see the system information for that server. I could see the system information for the overall cluster. So you could see like over here, it's showing that I have 38 gigs of RAM. That's between 2 nodes. And 6 terabytes appears to be between the 2 nodes and the Proxmox backup server connected to it. It's interesting how it does that, but I guess that's how it works. It shows all the CPU that's available as well as memory. If I come down here, I have access to all my containers and VMs running between the 2 nodes. So you can see I actually have like Cloudflared, I have that we worked on a couple weeks ago, and then I have stuff in my mini lab. Then I have over here in my mini lab where you can see all my containers and VMs that I have available. So I believe that the end goal is going to be, like I said, to make this like a central management pane where you can have access to migrate, power down, power on, restart, whatever it might be. And you could actually open it up straight through here. Currently, it just kind of opens up to the actual Proxmox node. So I'm curious if you'll be able to, in the future, maybe open up into the machine. I guess we'll see, or open up a shell. I don't know. But you are able to attempt to power down and power on. It's like you can see over here, this container is already running. So I'm just going to send the shutdown command to it, and I tried this yesterday and it really took quite a bit of time, so I don't know if it's going to work again today. Like I said, it's still an alpha, so it's attempting to work on stuff, but it's not working fully yet. It does have functionality to like migrate VMs or containers across nodes that's in the data center manager. I was watching a video the other day on DB Tech that did a video on this, and he mentioned how it was migrating and he told it to change the VM ID, and it didn't. It just kept it the same. Like I said, I won't really fault Proxmox because it's an alpha. We know it is, and it looks like it might have finished the task. So let's see what happened. Like I said, I was working in Barmine Tech over here, so I wonder if it's going to shut down properly. And it did. Over here you can see it actually worked. So you can see over here it actually refreshed as well. You see it's offline, and now I have the availability to power it on. We also have the paper airplane. If we want to migrate it, we can. I'm not going to because I don't want to break anything at the moment. But that's the current functionality of the Proxmox Data Center. So just a quick overview of the current status of the Proxmox Datacenter Manager. Again, like I said, this is going to be a new system coming out from Proxmox to go along with the virtual environment and the backup server. Hopefully, you'll have full access to pretty much manage all your nodes and clusters together in one without having to join everything into a cluster together. I know some of those words were a little redundant, but like I said, still an alpha. It's in the first stage, and if you are interested, I will have a link down below to the details and the roadmap where hopefully they'll be able to keep up with whatever they mapped out and keep offering great updates and additions to the software going forward. I am hopeful, as this would make it really ideal as a way to be able to manage multiple of my nodes and migrate stuff without having to cluster everything together. I do have that Mac Mini cluster that we worked on probably about a month or so ago that I plan to actually add into my home lab, but I don't want to cluster everything together. I want to keep it in its own cluster going forward. So the Data Center Manager would be a great tool to do that. Other than that, I want to thank you all for watching. As always, I'll have links to all the gear in my home lab down below if you want to check any of it out. I'll have a link to the Discord server. Just keep in mind, we do have about a couple more weeks left in the giveaway. If you are interested in checking that out, make sure you head over to the Discord server. But other than that, I want to thank you all for watching. As my buddy Don would say, hack till it hurts.